Mechanical engineering is not just about crunching numbers or designing that perfect 3D model. To really thrive in this field, you need to learn some very essential skills that go way beyond what you learn at university. So today I'm going to share with you 3 essential skills that every engineer needs. Now, this is a no BS guide, no filter, no fluff, straight to the point. 3 things that really set you apart as an engineer from the rest of the engineers. And I want to give you a very holistic perspective so that by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding on what these skills are and why they're important and how they're going to impact your career, your projects, and let's be frank, your sanity as well. So without further ado, let's get into the video right away. Now, first skill is problem solving under pressure. Now, I know what you're going to say, oh, so general, problem solving, blah, blah, blah. But listen to me carefully. The key here is under pressure. This skill is completely different when you're in a high stakes, stressful situation where deadlines are looming and everything depends on you. Now take a look at this viral video where a woman is asked a very simple question.
Miss, for $1, name a woman.
Name a woman?
Yeah. Who?
Who?
No, name a woman.
Name a woman?
Yes. Yoga bag, name a woman.
Sorry.
No, name a woman.
Name a woman?
Yes, go.
Any?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
This is so hard.
Name a woman. Name a woman. Name a woman. No.
Now look, the video is kind of funny, but the truth of the matter is that a lot of us, when we're put into a very stressful situation, similarly, we tend to break. We go into panic mode and we don't really know how to react. Guys, don't joke around with pressure. Pressure really does things to you. It can make even the simplest task seem impossible to you. Now that can happen to any of us, especially in engineering. Trust me, I've been there. There's been many times where I've been put under very tight deadlines and my mind just goes blank. Now, it wasn't because I didn't know what to do. It was more so because I hadn't practiced handling stress like that. Guys, in the real world, deadlines can be relentless. Now, you can imagine working for a calculation for a mechanical system in an entire building. Imagine something goes wrong in that calculation. The entire system will fail. That is a lot of responsibility to undertake, especially when you're met with a very tight deadline. You've got to finish a project within a day or a week. You don't have time to mess around. And in that time frame, you can easily go into panic mode. And when you're in panic mode, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. And these mistakes are just gonna haunt you down the line. So the only way to stay sharp and avoid mistakes is to practice working under tight deadlines. Set yourself personal problems with strict timelines, a 1-hour deadline, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, whatever it is depending on the project, but push yourself to complete these tasks that you give yourself on time. The goal isn't to just finish these projects that you give yourself, but rather to keep calm and control your reactions. This way, when you're faced with real world pressures, you don't panic. Instead, you keep your focus and can troubleshoot effectively. This is what separates great engineers from the rest. Now, the second skill is communication. And I don't just mean writing technical reports that only Einstein could freaking decipher. I mean really being able to present very complex concepts to non-engineers, technical terms to layman people, so that clients, your manager, or even your grandma who still doesn't know what the hell you do for a living understand what you wrote. Because guys, it doesn't really matter how brilliant your idea is if nobody can really understand it in the first place. You know, engineering is not just technical work. You'll have to communicate a lot with non-engineers, people from different fields, clients who have zero technical background. In these cases, your job is to translate all the tech lingo into something relatable. Imagine you're in a meeting, right? And the client says, oh, you know, can you make this prototype cheaper? You need to explain to the client in very simple terms as to why the materials or the design won't allow the prototype to be cheaper without overwhelming them with jargon. And this is what's called storytelling. You know, this kind of storytelling really allows you to collaborate with other people in the room so that everyone can understand what you're trying to communicate. Because let me tell you something, right? If you can't communicate your technical ideas into simple terms that laymen could understand, there's not going to be value in your work. And trust me, as an engineer, value, appreciation for your work is very, very important. To get that promotion, to advance in your career, people should value your work. And you're not going to be valuable if nobody understands it. You know, as engineers, we have that lens of being technical at all times. At university, we do a lot of math, a lot of calculation, a lot of software. Everything is so technical. When in the real world, you're going to have to collaborate with other people, very different types of people. Most of the time is non-engineers. So communication is a very important skill for you to master. And it's better that you have a head start in learning the skill rather than waiting on going into the industry and then learning it. So if you're still at university, take a communication course. And I've made up this theory that I live by, right? If I can explain concepts of fluid dynamics to a 5-year-old kid and he understands it, that is when I know that I've nailed communication. All right, skill number 3 is learning new technologies. Now, I don't just mean learning new softwares and all that. I mean adapting to new tech, adapting to the latest softwares, to the latest technologies. In itself is a skill, just the adaptation part. Okay, it's actually a non-negotiable. Staying updated with the latest technologies is very, very important. Engineering is evolving faster, and if you don't train your mind to always be ready to learn new things, you're gonna be left behind very far away. You know, nobody wants to be that engineer who says, you know, back in my day, we used to use HB pencils and hunch our backs to draw blueprints. No. You need to stay modern and adaptable. You know, in the real world, you'll encounter tools and software that you never even touched at university. Take, for example, 3D modeling. There is SolidWorks, CATIA, Fusion 360, Creo, and so many more. And that is just 3D modeling. Can you imagine other disciplines? CFD, FEA. It's because responsibilities are going to be given to you in the real world, and you're going to have to figure out a way to adapt to them. So I would suggest that if you're still at university, you have a head start. Start learning new software, okay? Just get into the habits of always adapting to the latest tech, because by the time you go into the industry and work for a job, there's gonna be new tools and you're gonna have to be ready at that time to learn these new tools. But the background of practicing new tech all the time, of trying to stay modern and adaptable, is gonna help you a lot in the real world in the future, so that you're always ready to figure out a way on how to learn new tools and new software, even though there is no enough resources available to you. Because engineering as a field is constantly changing, and the last thing that you want as an individual is to be left behind in a constantly shifting industry. So take the time to learn new tools, stay updated on the latest advancements, and embrace the mindset that learning is never ending in this field. So there you have it, guys. 3 skills that are beyond necessary for you to have in the field of engineering. Now trust me, these aren't just nice to have skills. They are really the secret sauce that separates the normal engineers to the great ones. Now, this was a very quick video. I didn't want to give you too much fluff. I wanted to get straight into the point and really give you valuable advice. But I really hope that you got something out of it. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I'll be posting a lot more mechanical engineering content on a consistent basis that you don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys.